I am your brother in Christ, and we are back with the Wuhan Flu. No, I do not yet have it, but that's how we start this thing off. I want to remind you guys, tomorrow on Sunday, we are having our live stream tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock for me. It might be different for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out all the social media that I have. Gab I just started, so I'm getting that one off the ground, and I kind of need your help to kick it in the rear end to get it moving. Also on Minds, BitChute, and of course here on YouTube. You can also support what we are doing here as far as covering the Wuhan Flu or biblical facts, taking a Christian perspective on politics, as well as life in general. You can support us over at Patreon. The link is in the description below. Also share this video so we can get awareness out there so that other people will know what the heck's going on with this thing. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, we've got a bit of an update with the news. New York City there is really gearing down. They're expecting to run out of supplies this week. So they're expecting a lot of unrest. Unfortunately, it seems like about 18% of their police force is out sick. So that is going to lead to one heck of a Mad Max situation we might be seeing there. We'll see if America can pull itself together, or if Americans will just turn on each other and eat each other alive. So looking at our lockdown map, we see that has not changed from our last update. We still have some of the middle of America not abiding by the stay-at-home lockdown. That's okay, because it is individual states need to make their decision accordingly. That's the way the federal government has worked, and that's the way it should work. It should be up to the governors of each state to decide one way or the other. Unfortunately, this may cause problems for the states that are around it if this ends up being terrible in those states. So let's look at the numbers around the United States. So far, we are seeing 284,491 active cases. This is up from our last video, 62,218. Deaths have climbed to 8,369. That is up from our last video, 2,617. In Alabama, we see 1,554 active cases. This is up 384. Deaths have climbed to 43. That's up 11. In Alaska, we see 166 active cases. This is up 26. Deaths have climbed to 5. That's up 2. In Arizona, we see 1,964 active cases. This is up 401. Deaths have climbed to 52. That is up 20. In Arkansas, we see 650 cases there. That is up 78. Deaths have climbed to 14. That's up 4. In California, we see 11,711 active cases. This is up 2,758. Deaths have climbed to 289. That is up 74. In Colorado, we see 4,439 active cases. This is up 1,177. Deaths have climbed to 126. That is up 46. In Connecticut, we see 5,111. This is up 1,399. Deaths have climbed to 165. That is up 53. In Delaware, we see 508 active cases. This is up 200. Deaths have climbed to 14. That's up 3. In DC, we see 708 active cases. This is up 240. Deaths have climbed to 21. That's up 9. In Florida, we see 11,350. That is up 3,468. Deaths have climbed to 195. That is up 67. In Georgia, we see 5,928. That is up 743. Deaths have climbed to 201. That is up 38. In Hawaii, we see 290 active cases. That is up 91. Deaths have climbed to 3. That's up 2. In Iowa, we see 1,015 active cases. This is up 351. Deaths have climbed to 10. That's up 1. In Illinois, we see 10,112 active cases. That is up 2,576. In Indiana, we see 3,837. That is up 876. Deaths have climbed to 116. That's up 38. In Iowa, we see 704 active cases. That is up 120. Deaths have climbed to 14. That's up 3. In Kansas, we see 677 active cases. This is up 138. Deaths have climbed to 21, which is up 8. In Kentucky, we see 813 active cases. This is up 217. Deaths have climbed to 40. That's up 20. In Louisiana, we see 12,047 active cases. This is up 3,227. Deaths have climbed to 409. That's up 99. In Maine, we see 306. That is up 31. Deaths have climbed to 10. That's up 3. In Maryland, we see 2,913. That is up 699. Deaths have climbed to 57. That's up 17. In Massachusetts, we see 11,510. That is up 3,904. Deaths have climbed to 216. That's up 94. In Michigan, we see 13,680 active cases. That is up 3,311. Deaths have climbed to 540. That is up 123. In Minnesota, we see 431 active cases. This is down 5. Deaths have climbed to 24. That's up 6. In Mississippi, we see 1,420. That is up 269. Deaths have climbed to 35. That's up 9. In Missouri, we see 2,253 active cases. This is up 440. Deaths have climbed to 36. That's up 17. In Montana, we see 259 active cases. This is up 38. Deaths have climbed to 6, and that's where they're holding steady at. In Nebraska, we see 315 active cases. This is up 74. Deaths have climbed to 6. That's up 1. In Nevada, we see 1,669 active cases. This is up 249. Deaths have climbed to 43. That's up 5. In New Hampshire, we see 389 active cases. This is up 34. Deaths have climbed to 7. That's up 3. In New Jersey, we see 33,278 active cases. This is up 8,225. Deaths have climbed to 846. That is up 309. In New Mexico, we see 485 active cases. That's up 128. Deaths have climbed to 10. That's up 4. In New York, we see 99,661 active cases. That is up 17,087. That is crazy how high that is. Before too much longer, they'll be hitting over 100,000 just in New York alone. Deaths have climbed to 3,565. That is up 1,192 since our last video. 1,192 Americans have died in New York State since my video 2 days ago. That's a lot. And those numbers are just starting, and their health system is starting to become overwhelmed there, and we will see this number grow rapidly. So again, that is 3,565 dead so far in New York. North Carolina, we see 2,370 active cases. That is up 516. Deaths have climbed to 28. That's up 12. In North Dakota, we see 120 active cases. That's up 7. Deaths are holding steady at 3. In Ohio, we see 3,637 active cases. That is up 816. Deaths have climbed to 102. That's up 21. In Oklahoma, we see 1,116 active cases. That's up 272. Deaths have climbed to 42. That's up 8. In Oregon, we see 877 active cases. That's up 160. Deaths have climbed to 22. That's up 3. In Pennsylvania, we see 9,814 active cases. That is up 2,926. Deaths have climbed to 136. That's up 46. In Rhode Island, we see 789 active cases. That's up 144. Deaths have climbed to 17. That's up 5. In South Carolina, we see 1,877 active cases. That is up 610. Deaths have climbed to 40. That's up 4. In South Dakota, we see 134 active cases. That's up 28. Deaths have held steady at 2. In Tennessee, we see 2,862 active cases. That is down 80. Deaths have climbed to 43. That's up 11. In Texas, we see 5,702 active cases. That's up 1,060. Deaths have climbed to 108. That's up 34. In Utah, we see 1,420 active cases. That is up 353. Deaths have climbed to 8. That's up 1. In Vermont, we see 441 active cases. That's up 120. Deaths have climbed to 20. That's up 3. In Virginia, we see 2,353 active cases. That is up 690. Deaths have climbed to 52. That's up 11. In Washington, we see 6,331 active cases. That is up 1,157. Deaths have climbed to 310. That's up 56. In West Virginia, we see 280 active cases. This is up 91. Deaths are holding steady at 2. In Wisconsin, we see 2,054 active cases. This is up 357. Deaths have climbed to 56. That's up 25. In Wyoming, we're seeing 161 active cases. That is up 37. Deaths are holding steady at 0. So that's the situation around the United States. It's very crazy, definitely in New York, where they're seeing almost 100,000 by themselves. But then again, they were going out to Chinatown and hugging every immigrant that they could find. So what do you expect? So as they are preparing for this unrest, undoubtedly they'll be calling in the National Guard, and some people will try to use this for political advantage, as they always do. America is looking at hitting its peak on the 13th and 14th of this month. We'll be seeing a lot of large numbers at that point, as far as numbers of active cases, as well as, unfortunately, deaths. Hopefully they'll be able to get this antibody test out as quick as possible so we can know how many Americans have already had this, and if this is just blown out of proportion, or if this really is as bad as we are preparing for. As always, we are preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. And on that note, we will wrap it up here. And as always, God be with us.